So to add the new column, you see the plus symbol here at the top in that blue bar. Click on that plus. If that plus is not showing, just click anywhere on this blue bar. Even in the child level table, both pluses will show. So if I click on this blue bar, the plus will show up. Now click on the plus because we are going to add a second attribute now. Okay. So now the second attribute, we are going to call it resource poor max. So the idea here was we are looking at counties where the mental health provider rate is less than 100. So the goal is to see which are the counties, or rather we want to find out where there is not much staffing and there is maximum, and the maximum number of unhealthy days is high, then we know there is a problem in that region. So we will need to take, I mean, if we were in the federal government, we may decide, okay, what can we do to get more mental health professionals moving to that region? And possibilities would be to try to entice future doctors to get training in that college and give them some tuition break, et cetera, because I was told for North Carolina, if they go to, I think ECU, East Carolina University, for their medical school, tuition will be free if they choose to, if they remain here to work within this place. So they can make such decisions based on that. So we are going to add a column and we will call it resource poor max. And I am bad at naming columns, so feel free to name it however you feel fit. Resource poor max. I was trying to keep the variable name small and at the same time meaningful. So I wanted to say it's the maximum of places with poor resources. Okay. So for this one, we are again going to find the maximum and of the average number of mental unhealthy days. But instead of finding the maximum over all the counties, we are only going to find maximum over those counties where the mental health provider rate is less. And we fixed it at a value of less than 100. So again, we are going to do the same thing. Click on the variable name, edit formula, insert function, statistical functions. And we are going to the max function again. Statistical functions and max. But this time, we are not going to remove the filter. We are going to have the filter. So what is our filter going to be? Our filter is going to be that the mental health provider rate should be less than 100. So you can insert the value, select mental health provider rate. Here, it's all alphabetical. So mental health provider rate. And we want that value less than 100. So it is going to filter out those counties where their current mental health provider rate is less. So those are the resource poor counties. And for the expression, again, we are going to choose the maximum of the average number of mentally unhealthy days. So insert value, average number of mentally unhealthy days. And you can see that it automatically puts it in back quotes, etc. I could have typed all of this in as well, but this is easier, and click apply. So you can clearly see that the resource poor max column will have to be less than or equal to the max column that we created earlier. And if it is closer to that, then that's of concern, right? Because those counties really need help, those counties and therefore those states. Since we don't know which county it is based on the way we are calculating, those states really need help. So for instance, if you look at Florida, 6.1, 6.1, So Florida, so what it means is the counties where they are achieving that maximum is also understaffed. If it were overstaffed, then we can rest a little easy saying, okay, they will get the help they need. But if it is also understaffed, then there is a problem. So Florida, Georgia, etc., you can see their max is the same as the resource poor max. Whereas if you go to, I don't know why California, there was no max here. Maybe, so what this means is if there is no max here, what it would mean is none of those counties were resource poor. So therefore, California is, we can possibly say, is reasonably well staffed. Let us look at North Carolina. So North Carolina is also, they are quite close. There was some other state that was quite different. Which one was that? Well, you could probably see, no, not Illinois.
Hawaii.
Do you see one with a substantial difference?
Hawaii was.
Oh, Hawaii. Okay. EFGH. Yeah. Yeah, that was the one I looked at earlier. 4.6, 2.8. So that probably means that, okay, they are not that bad. So we added two attributes here. In one, we used the filter option. In the other, we did not.